Hey everyone, Travis here towards the end of day one of week 6 of the LCS, the League of Legends Championship Series. For those who don't know what that abbreviation stands for, I say it every time at the start of the interview. I'm here with Aphromoo, who is, I believe, a support player for CLG.
I believe so. Actually, I'm on XDG.
So when did this transfer take place?
Yesterday. They decided that the new change was, wasn't going to go through, and they wanted to pick up me. I was talking to Tina earlier as you were there, so you know all about this.
What is up with this CLG joke thing? Like my last interview, I interviewed Doublelift, and he said, actually, I'm on TSM. Now I interview you, you're on XDG. It feels as though players on CLG don't actually want to be on CLG. Is this the case?
Definitely. Yeah, okay. I mean, when you're at the house, it's like a prison. Yeah. Kelby's the mom, and then you have Matt the dad, and as soon as you do something wrong, you just get the belt. Yeah. And who wants to live there? So you might as well jump ship to other teams that it's a more comfortable environment and friendly.
So is it Kelby May then?
Yes. Yeah. Kelby May is the worst manager ever.
Even worse.
Kelby.
Yeah. I just love doing that stuff because I know he's going to see it. Just like stare into the camera, and he knows that I'm watching him watch this interview. You guys seem to do very well against XDG, who recently have been underneath some anger from the community, I guess is the best way to put it. What happened in that game that allowed you guys to do so well?
Well, going into that game, we had a team meeting where just don't underestimate them, because the worst thing you can do is the counter logic thing where you lose to the worst possible teams in LCS, which are the bottom four. And we didn't want that to happen. So don't underestimate them, and then just go in, act like they're the best players in the world or something. Anything can happen. So that's what we went in. And we went in, and it was obvious that they had really no plan whatsoever with like a week or a couple of days of practice with Nick Wu, the new juggler. And they picked Karthus middle randomly, which we didn't expect. And we're like, okay, they're just going to smash Gank's bottom. So let's try and play safe. Unfortunately, I died to a Vi level 3 gank, which never happens because almost every Vi farms to 6. So that was unexpected. I died, and that was my fault. And then after that, they just made very poor rotations and made it very obvious what the rotations were, which were the incorrect ones. And since we had vision control, we would see everything they do. And then basically Nien and Link basically carried the game and just got snowballed off of all these free kills when they're making bad rotations where they just killed the top laner, the jungler, or the mid laner over and over and over. And then Dexter just killed bottom when their flashes were down.
What did you think of Nick Wu in the jungle?
Nick Wu in the jungle, he had no presence this game. And I don't think that'll be the same for future games, but in this game specifically, he had no presence. Probably because Dexter was always in his jungle and then getting the words up, so we know where he was going. So that's maybe that's why, but maybe since Nick Wu's just first day playing in a competitive LAN setting as jungler.
What do you think XDG needs to do to start winning games?
Well, obviously their bot lane is having a fiasco. So, in my opinion, you should just go back to the olden days and bring back the Afro Muffin Cutie lane. And then your bot lane will be fixed.
So they should make you an offer. Take
everyone's salary on the team for me to come back, and then I'll do it.
And Muffin Cutie as well.
And Muffin, he can get half.
So you guys are splitting it then?
Yeah, we're splitting it. Bot lane has to stay together.
For real though, because I don't think that was for real.
That was for real. They pay me. Well, how much is Riot's salary? 25,000 times 5. That's a lot of money, Travis. And then the rest of the team gets nothing. I'm the star. I'm just kidding.
I knew you were kidding. What would, outside of picking up you and Muffin Cutie, because not only would they have to pay for you, they'd also have to pay like what I like to refer to as the Bjergsen fine for poaching you,
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I see. Worth.
So in addition to the $2,000, they would also whatever. So anyway, they decide not to do that. What is their other option?
From playing Smithy and Zune today, it was like they were trying to do stuff. They were trying, but it just didn't work out. So maybe in the future they'll be all right, but they had a lot of glaring mistakes when we caught them out. So like one random time was we were invading and pushing bottom after we got the tier 1, and they were farming at the tier 2, like freezing or whatever, and Lucian just walked from the blue, and I was like, okay, it just has to be warded. And so I peek it, there's no wards there, and then Thresh comes to walk over. It's like, oh, free kill. So I don't know. They just don't prioritize vision control, and maybe they can be a good bottom lane. When it's 2v2, they do really well. They're not afraid to walk up. They're really aggressive. So maybe that can work out. But the jungler situation, you definitely need someone who's jungled before to be a jungler in LCS, because he is the decision maker of the team. And when I think of Nick Wu, I don't think of someone that can always make the right decision. He's come from solo lane and top lane. We just farm, be a bruiser, run at them, whatever. So I think Smithy is a very good decision maker, and they'd benefit the most if he went back to jungle. And Man Cloud wouldn't be like 1v2 in middle all the time, because there's no pressure middle. When they went through Nick Wu and then Xeno jungle, there was just no pressure middle. So he can't really shine as like other mid lanes do, where Bjergsen, he can 1v1 the mid lane because Odd One's always controlling the other jungler, stuff like that.
Now, what's going on with CLG? So we'll put XDG aside for a second. You guys, beat Cloud9, right? And then you lose to TSM.
Yep.
Today you beat XDG, though it sounds like it wasn't much of a challenge for you. Are you guys good at this game as a team?
As a team, I think we're really good. Yeah, our practice has definitely increased when Monty came over, and he's really shown us what the team as a whole should be focusing on. And it's just been consistent even after he left. So really, I'm not worried about that part of our team play. The only thing we need to work on is communication, which faltered in the TSM game, as you saw, where the first Dragon fight, if we killed Nidalee, we would have probably won that fight. But I said back, and then Nien took that as to back off, when I meant it as I'm coming back to you, Peter. But I only said one word because it's quicker and faster. So I didn't expect anyone else to back up. So it's probably my fault that we lost that game. But we tried to come back, and then our plays didn't really work out because of communication errors. So as long as people, and myself specifically, have better word usage, maybe then we'll be a better team. And yeah.
Very good. Who do you guys play again tomorrow? Remind me, sorry.
Tomorrow we play Coast.
So they actually play today as well. And they yeah. You want to talk to me about it?
Yeah, Shifter, man. Forget Expect here. Shifter with the Lich Bane backdoor. That was amazing.
So TSM beat CLG. And then Coast beat TSM. And now CLG, or I'm sorry, I guess it goes like, there's a triangle here. It's sorry. I need like a whiteboard or something. Either way, my point is that you guys lost to TSM, but Coast did not. Does that mean that Coast is going to beat you guys tomorrow?
No, because we have a winning record against Coast. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, 1-0. So.
Well, didn't TSM have a winning record against Coast? Sounds like your reasoning might be a little flawed, Aphromoo.
Not anymore, they don't. So you can just write an equal sign with the cross right there for Coast versus CLG. So, yeah.
Still not sure if the logic really works out there, but are you guys concerned about them at all after seeing how they, were able to end the TSM win streak?
Yes, we are concerned about Coast only because they might do some cheese. Maybe. I mean, they're really good at playing against cheese, which TSM tried to do, where they fight Vi at the red because Pantheon beats Vi early game with spears, etc. So they tried to do that, but they played really well against it, and they might invade us early. I expect them to do, which is what they like to do. And then we have to definitely not give Zion Jax so he can carry the game. And that's basically our goals versus Coast.
Well, Aphromoo, is there anything that you would like to say to the audience as you stare directly into the camera?
I would like to inform you that my sponsors are Razer Azubu TV, I Buy Power, NZXT, and no sponsor.
Check out the rest of our coverage of the LCS and more at ongamers.com.